Good morning and welcome to the show. I have a special guest here today. I have Todd Allen Herringdean, who's probably the most talented guy in the Panhandle. Welcome to the show.
It's good to be here, Don. Thank you for having me on again. It's been a while.
It has been a while. You know, I don't get to see you much anymore. I've seen your show.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Todd Allen Herringdean in concert, you absolutely positively have to go, because it is, yeah, it's always patriotic. It's always uplifting. It's always, you know, something that makes you feel good on the way out.
You know, it's funny you say that, because that's the compliment we get most of all. People who have never seen us say that. People who see us all the time say that, and I appreciate you saying that. But our goal every night is to take people's mind off the problems that they have for the 90 minutes they're there, because we're all dealing with something. Right. We're either dealing with financial issues or health issues or some issue in our life. And so our goal is, when we hit the stage, let's not let them think about that problem, including us. You know, we have things every day in our lives, just like everyone. And so we try to take that time and just let everybody's mind escape from that problem.
That's so true, because everybody's got something.
Everybody's got something.
And today being September 10th, you know, tomorrow is a big something. It's September 11th.
Yep.
And for our whole country, it's a big something. And I know for you, being the patriotic, red-blooded American guy you are, you know, you take this very seriously, don't you?
Well, I do. I mean, you know, we have a country that's trying to leave veterans behind, and what a shame that is. And 9/11 is just a time when, of course, you have a direct, you know, connection to that for sure. But as a country, we've got to. It seems like when things like this happen, we remember for about 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. In this situation, it seemed like it went on a little longer, a couple months. But then all of a sudden, we start forgetting again. And I don't mean the ones that were immediately impacted, but as a country as a whole.
Do you remember all the American flags after 9/11? Do you remember
all the God Bless America signs? And that lasts a month or two, and then all of a sudden, it fades off. Now, and I don't like that kind of stuff. You know, and I mean, we all forget things, but this stuff is just, this is historical stuff. These are innocent lives that are now gone.
Yeah, and it's and we seem to forget. We, as a country, we really have a short attention span.
We really do.
And here we are again, and some people are afraid we're getting queued up for another, or teed up for another 9/11.
Yeah.
And,
well, and I wouldn't doubt we are. You know, evil runs rampant and never stops. You know, and so whatever it is they're planning, I don't really know, but I mean, you have to know, we have to be smart enough to know that they're not going to go, okay, we did what we were going to do,
and that's the end of it.
That's the end of it. No, that's the beginning of it.
Yeah, the bad guys still have a vote in the way we live.
That's right.
But on a more positive note, there was a great song that you made. It's called, that you sing and you've recorded, called "My Name Is America," which is just a great message for people. It
really is, and we're so happy, and I know we've talked about this before, but to have that as part of our lifestyle now, you know, everywhere we go, we have to sing the song.
That is like, that is your cover song almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, maybe after this break, maybe you can sing that song for us.
I would love to.
That would be great. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for Todd Allen Herringdean. We'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with a very talented friend of mine, Todd Allen Herringdean, in the studio today. Todd, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Well, thanks, Don. I'm excited about doing this on television. Radio's one thing, TV's another.
It is, but you sound great no matter the medium. Now, you're going to sing My Name Is America?
I'm going to sing My Name Is America, which we can talk maybe afterwards, but about how it was inspired by 9/11.
Well, take it away, Todd.
All right, buddy. Born in the grip of oppression, I fought for my liberties. I paid with the blood of my people. Freedom has never been free. Now my door's always open to dreamers and friends. But when I'm attacked, I'll protect and defend. because my name is America. I stand proud and free. My name is America. So don't tread on me. Well, I cannot be broken, and I cannot be shamed. If you hurt me, I'll get stronger, and I'll rise up from the flames, and I'll always stand proud and free. I'm America, don't tread on me. America is my name. My strength was not taken from others, but others gave it to me. They believe in the virtues I stand for, my respect for humanity. You know we're challenged by tyrants who envy my power, but their vicious deeds will become my finest hour, because my name is America. I stand proud and free. My name is America. So don't tread on me. Oh, I cannot be broken, and I cannot be shamed. If you hurt me, I'll get stronger, and I'll rise up from the flames, and I'll always stand proud and free. I'm America, don't tread on me. America is my name. For those who need me, I'll always be here. But for those who will harm me, I'll face without fear, and I'll always stand proud and free. I'm America, don't tread on me, 'cause I'm America. Yes, America is my name, is my name.
Hi, this is David Lovett, and this is your Mad Hatter Minute. Preventative maintenance is critical to keeping your vehicle running properly. Everyone knows that you need to change the engine oil and do periodic tune-ups, but no one remembers to do the timing belt. The timing belt is part of your vehicle that's located behind the timing cover, and it's not visible when you open your hood. It's a rubber belt, just like your serpentine belt or V-belts that are visible when you open your hood. Timing belts synchronize the rotation of the engine's camshaft and crankshaft so that the valves open and close at the proper strokes. Some vehicles have engines that are called interference engines, which means that the valves open and close based off the rotation of the timing belt. Pistons move up and down, valves move up and down. Should that timing belt break while you're driving, pistons continue to move, the valves drop, and there's a likelihood that the piston will strike the valve and either bend the valve or actually puncture the piston. Should your timing belt break while you're driving, it could be a very expensive repair, or it could be a complete engine replacement. Don't be surprised if the shop replacing the timing belt also recommends replacing the cam seals and the crank seals. It's best to spend a few extra dollars to have those seals replaced when you're doing the timing belt, rather than run the risk of getting oil all over the brand new timing belt and have the timing slip. Best advice is to change the engine timing belt every 60,000 miles. I am David Lovett, and that has been your Mad Hatter Minute.
Hey folks, this is Joshua Brown with Mad Hatter on 23rd Street. Is your check engine light on? If it is, text MADHAT28, that's MADHAT28, to 24247 and we'll check it for free.
Welcome back to the show. I have Heather Noyes here in the studio from Raymond James Financial, and we're going to play a little game here.
Oh, can't wait.
I've got a quiz for you. And I did a little research, and I came up with some questions that maybe you can help answer. And these are some really commonly asked questions. What are some of the mistakes people make when seeking to meet their financial goals? What are common mistakes I would make?
Well, I think the biggest mistake is that people actually don't plan. Yeah. They don't have a clearly defined objectives, and they don't really understand what their risk tolerance is. They kind of bounce around back and forth. And so I think the biggest thing is having a plan and also starting early. I see a lot of young people, 401ks available to them. They provide matching, and they just don't start, and they're giving them free money.
Early is better, too.
Early is better.
I mean, there's really no substitute for time when it comes to investing and saving, is there?
Or free money if there's a match, available in the 401k.
You should always take advantage of it. Okay, those are some common mistakes. Okay, in which areas can a wealth advisor help clients the most?
Well, a wealth advisor is going to give you a holistic approach rather than maybe selling a product because that's the only product that they have to offer and selling you a product. They're going to take a holistic approach to your whole financial situation, the financial planning process. They're going to do insurance planning. They're going to do retirement planning. They may have to do education planning, estate planning, and also offer you a variety of different products that are going to suit your needs and what your objectives are.
So it's not just planning for retirement, it's planning for all of these life events, I suppose, like education, etc.
Absolutely. And then really spending some time defining your risk tolerance, because I found that over the years, especially going through 2008, individuals' risk tolerance has changed, where if everything's going up, I full risk on until we get a pullback in the markets, then they get concerned and their risk tolerance changes. So basically staying focused with what your risk tolerance is and really trying to stay with that as well.
Generally, people are a little more overcautious, do you think?
I think so. I think a lot of people are nervous right now because of the move up that we've had in the market. I had someone tell me yesterday in my office, oh, we're going to get 20% pullback. We're going to get, and I mean, we don't necessarily see that in the cards, but that's the attitude that a lot of individuals have right now.
Well, everybody works hard for their money, and you don't want to risk it. You want it to be safe, but also you want it to work for you too. So you've got to find that sweet spot of risk tolerance, I guess.
Right.
Okay. Here's another question for you. Have the needs of your clients changed over the past 5 or 10 years? Are these unique times?
Yeah, for a lot of reasons, and one of them goes back to 2008. The risk has changed. I think the healthcare industry and the breakthroughs that we've had in healthcare are helping people to live longer and longer. So there's a big concern of outliving your money. Yeah. Most of the retirement plans that I run to age 92. And I have some people laugh at me, but that's definitely not unrealistic. So outliving your money, or at the end of your lifetime having to have some type of long-term care as well, and having to spend those assets down right at the very end as well. So.
People are living longer, and they're beating the actuarials. I told you about my parents. I hate to keep talking about them, but 88 years old, still kicking, still going strong.
And then since you mentioned that, a lot of people are in your position where you have maybe a child in college, and then you're on that cusp of retirement as well, and then you've got the parents that have some needs as well. So oftentimes individuals may get stuck having to
pulled
pay
in two directions.
Three, really. You're trying to hit retirement, pay for college, and take care, maybe have to help take care of your parents as well. So
yeah, and this is a generation that's kind of in that, and people are good grief. Okay,
depressed.
One more question. I think we've got time for one more. Okay, what is your top piece of advice heading into 2014 or 2015 with regard to building and maintaining wealth? What's your top?
Well, I think knowing what you own and why you own those things and how they fit into your plan and sticking with that plan are the biggest keys.
Well, Heather Noyes, time is the enemy, as always, not just in financial planning, but on TV as well. Thank you so much for coming on the show and getting us smart on that. And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with my friend Todd Allen Herendeen. And thank you so much for that fabulous performance.
Well,
mean,
I hope it was. I mean,
no, it certainly was. And that song, I think, is all too appropriate to sing on September 10th, and tomorrow, of course, will be September 11th. And I know that song means a lot to you, so much so that you actually turned down a pretty big offer from Warner Brothers regarding that song, didn't you?
Yeah, Warner Brothers contacted us back when the campaign Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, I saw the movie. Funny movie, yeah.
It's a funny movie. But we took the song too serious. We took our country, our veterans, the lives that have been lost, way too serious to allow this to be a part of a spoof.
Yeah, and the movie was a spoof.
Yeah,
and it was somewhat tongue-in-cheek, patriotic, but yeah, but yeah, a comedy.
Yeah, and you know, maybe a more serious situation will come along that we can jump on, but that just wasn't the right one. And so I and the songwriter and the publishers are happy that we stood firm for our country and what it stood for.
Well, thank you for that. I know when you initially turned it down, they came back with a counteroffer. They even upped their offer even more.
Yeah, they really wanted it, and they counteroffered and brought us a better offer, and we just, you know,
it wasn't about the money, was it?
Right. Money talks in a lot of situations, but in this situation, I believe that just patriotism talks more, and those lives that were lost. This song was written for a lot of reasons, for a broad span, but it was inspired after 9/11. So it wasn't specifically written for 9/11, but it was inspired by that. And there are thousands of lives that were lost, and thousands of lives that have been impacted by that situation. That this was one thing that we could do to stand firm and in remembrance of all of that.
Yeah, and to repurpose a song like that for a comedy, it would be kind of disingenuous, wouldn't it?
It really would. And you know, we're in a serious time in American history where we got to get a little more serious about what's going on. And this isn't about politics anymore. It's about getting serious about a country.
Yeah. And patriotism isn't a joke.
It's not a joke.
You know, it can be funny in a Will Ferrell movie,
right?
But not with this song. I mean, this is serious business you're singing about, quite honestly.
Yeah, it is serious. And we get so many veterans that come to our programs and our shows, and we honor each and every one of them, and we thank them for sticking their neck on the line, and you know.
And thanks for recognizing the veterans.
Well, it seems like again we have a country that's trying to put them behind, and our show, we're not going to do that, because without them, I don't have a show.
Right.
That's the bottom line. Yeah. And you know, I tell people at our show that this world can go on without entertainers. It really could. They could take all the entertainers out of the world, and the world's going to go on. But you can't take you know, fighting for our God-given freedoms
You
away.
can't take those guys away.
You can't take them away. You can take me, and I wouldn't have to go on stage, and this world's going to go on. But you can't take them.
They do the real work.
That's it.
They do the heavy lifting when it comes to liberty, democracy, and the freedoms we enjoy. Do you feel like that's kind of in trouble nowadays? Do you think people don't take our freedoms too seriously anymore?
Well, here's what I see is, and it's sad, and it's not these people's fault that I'm about to talk about. If you are 50 and older, when the flag comes out on our stage, and we present the flag every show, if you're 50 and older, you jump to your feet in patriotism. And it's not about a flag, it's about what the flag represents. It's about the men and women that made that flag. If you're 50 down to about 25, and this isn't everybody, but 50 to 25, they look around, they go, oh yeah, we're supposed to stand for the flag. It's almost like they've lost
they gotta
that.
think about it, yeah.
But if you're 25 and younger, and again, it's not all of them, we got some great kids out there, but if you're 25 and younger and the flag comes out, they stay slouched in their seat looking at it, just like this.
Just part of the show.
It's just part of the show. They don't, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I can see it every night. I scan the audience every night, and I'm not far off of what I say. And again, I don't mean to say each and every one do this, but as a whole, we have the older generation understands. They were around for World War II and Korea and Vietnam.
Sure.
They understand what all this is about. The next generation they just know that's what mom, dad, or grandma and grandpa did. And then the third down the line, They're not being taught anything about patriotism.
If there was something you could tell those kids, what would it be?
It would be thank a veteran. Thank God for your country. We could have been placed in any place on this earth.
That's right.
And let me tell you, they are still breaking down the borders to come into America. That speaks strong right there. They're not busting to get out of this country, they're busting to get into it. And kids need to understand that America is still a great country. But over time, if we're not careful, we're going to fall into the point where we're just another country, you know.
So we really have to remember, you know, where we're from and how lucky we are.
Yes, we do. We really do.
And we're lucky to have you on the show, Todd.
I'm lucky. We're lucky to have you. Thank you, Don.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.